Yo, yo. Happy Tuesday, guys. How's it going? Good to see ya. It's a good day. Hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday to you. It's been a hot minute. It's been a couple weeks. Wasn't here last week. Took my wife to a much needed concert retreat. Got us into the city to hear some good music and get away from it all for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. These last probably a week and a half has kind of put our family through the ringer. So it's good to hopefully be getting to some semblance of normal. We lost a family member. We had a close call health scare with another family member, and then just some health stuff going on in our home. It has been buck wild, but I think we're good. So good to see you. It's Tuesday indeed, my friend. Mark Cohen in the chat. Good to see you, my friend. Part of the reason why it's an awesome day is I have in my possession the Anbernic RG slide, and we're gonna open this bad boy up. I gotta tell you, I ordered this on June 20th, and the day, literally at 3 a.m. when it went live, and it took this long to get here. Maybe I'm not used to ordering international. That felt like a long time. Anbernic, what are you doing to me? So yeah, we'll open this up. A couple of interesting things right off the bat. I did get the white model. On the side here, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It says white, and then it says indigo blue. I don't know if that's gonna actually focus, but yeah, it says white, which is checked, which is what we got. But then over here it says indigo blue as an option, which I thought it was just white and black. So that's interesting. And then I don't know if you can see on the packaging, but they tried to pad it and keep it in good shape, but it looks like it's been put through the ringer just a little bit. So not too excited about that, but that's all right. We'll unbox it in a minute. Guys, if you can, hit the thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. What's on my shelf? XP. What's up, dude? What is this? Dude, this is the Anbernic RG slide. We're going to open this bad boy up in just a couple of minutes. Very excited. I was on Discord talking with some of the guys on there, and talking with Mige, because he said that he got the Odin 2, I think. And I was like, dude, he asked me if I got the slide yet, and I'm like, dude, I hope it arrives today. I hope it arrives during the stream, because that'd be pretty sweet. And then literally 20 minutes before I'm getting ready to go live, it pops up. What's on my shelf says the chat is giving XP for chatting. Sweet. I have no idea what that's all about, but do it. Chat it up, baby. I added the chat right here just because I thought in this shot, it's pretty sweet to be able to see what you guys are saying. I'm going to move this over a little bit too. I think my camera's not quite lined up correct. Whatever. But there it is. There you are. It's good to see you. What else was I going to say? Oh, guys, huge. Okay. July 1st. As you know, last month we started the Game of the Month Club, and it was Star Tropics. I don't know if anybody finished it besides me, which is fine. You know, we're figuring this thing out. But we started the Game of the Month Club. Essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to pick a couple of games every month, and we'll put a poll up. You guys can vote on it. And then for the first one for June, we did the top game that was chosen. But I get that that style of game and Star Tropics, it might have been hard for somebody. And so went ahead and said, okay, for July, we'll do 4 games, and the top 2 in the voting, those will be the 2 that we'll do. And so you can do both games, you can do one or the other, it doesn't matter. Like for me, I finished Star Tropics pretty quickly in the month, and so it would have been cool to start a second game. So if that's something you're interested in, head over to the Discord, and in the general chat right now, the poll is still up, and there's 4 hours left to vote. And right now, Link's Awakening on the Game Boy and Quackshot for the Mega Drive. Those are the ones that are kind of in the lead. Those are the two that we're planning on doing unless the other ones get some more votes. So if that's something you're interested in, then go do the vote. And then today, the top 2 winning games, we'll start those. And so that'll be the thing. There's your link in the chat from Marcone. Thank you, my friend. You said you posted in moderator chat, so I'm taking a look at it right now. Yeah. You guys have like a crown with like a number by it. So Marcone is number 1 and Shelf, you're number 2. What is that? I've never seen that before. I wonder if that's like a new thing that my channel unlocked. I have no idea. Cool. Take the crown, baby. Get it. Speaking of people popping in, dude, we got a couple of shout outs we got to do here. Let's see here. We need to shout out to Brandon Baker. Oh, geez, look at my freaking alert box is like being covered. Why don't we move you over here, alert box, like that? And let's do that again. Shout out to Brandon Baker. Thanks for subscribing over on YouTube. To who else we got here? P. Merck, my friend. Thanks for the sub. We got, dude, the Big D, the Big Mark D. Oh my gosh, thank you, my friend. We've also got Brett Sokolovsky, something like that. Gino M, aka the G-Man. What's up, dude? Thanks. We've also got JC. Good to see you. Maybe I've done this before, but we're gonna do it again. Francisco Allegretti. Guy Orin subscribing over on YouTube, and then last but definitely not least, channel that I've been known to frequent, okay, in the dark of night, Mr. Johnny Chase subscribing over on YouTube. Thanks, guys. Good to see you. Yeah. I don't know what's up with the crowns, but enjoy it. You know, we don't need to explain it. We don't need to figure it out. We just can enjoy that you get a crown. Enjoy your crown. All right. I think that's about all the stuff that I wanted to cover. Again, if you guys can thumbs up the stream, that's going to help people find it. All that good stuff. All right, what do you say? We just kick this thing open. Oh my gosh. So if you've been around the channel for a little while, you know that probably maybe like 3 months ago, and I have the video planned for it. It's just like I said, things the last couple of weeks have been nuts with our family and stuff like that, but I need to film it. But I got a video coming for. So this is the Anbernic RG35XXH, and this guy was a game changer for me. It was really my buddy Kyle who kind of encouraged me. He's like, dude, you should look into some of the retro handheld stuff. And I had some friends that were kind of into it, but I just had never pulled the trigger on it. I didn't necessarily understand why I would want to go down this road. I had a Switch. That felt great. That was cool. So I've had this guy, I think, about 2 months. And this thing really is a game changer. I can't say enough good things about this. Like I said, I have a whole video that I want to talk about it with. But the size, the portability, what this thing can do is great. I mean, up to Dreamcast and PS1, I'm playing on this thing. And it's just got me to this place of like, I'm playing more retro games than I have in a very long time and finishing them and all kinds of stuff. It's really, really cool. But I wanted to get something that was a little bit more powerful, that could play like some GameCube, could play some PS2, stuff like that. So that, it was like right when I'm kind of thinking about that, here comes the RG Slide. And there's something about the pop-up thing that I just saw. I'm like, oh dude, I gotta do it. I gotta do that thing. So it'll be interesting to kind of compare and contrast with this guy, because I really fell in love with the size and the portability and the price point of this. You know, I think I got it for like $45, which feels like a steal. It is crazy that this was only like $45, and I can just pop it into any pocket, take it wherever I'm going. It kind of looks like a cell phone, inconspicuous, all that good stuff. So get a retro. If you don't have a retro handheld, get a retro handheld. You should get one. But this, I don't know, dude. There's something about it that I thought was super cool. And in watching some of the reviews and the first impressions, there's a lot of people talking about like the weight distribution on it. We'll talk about that. We'll look at it. We'll feel it out, all that stuff. And then in a couple of months, maybe I'll give it a month, something like that, I'll come back and actually do like a video on this and talk about kind of what my vibe is with it. Here's the thing. From back when we started Retro Hunters way back in the day, one of the things and at that point, kind of the whole focus was collecting. Very, very much from the get-go and all throughout the history of the channel, we've always talked about how I'm not an expert. I'm not trying to be an expert in anything. I just know what I like and what I don't like, and what I enjoy and what I don't enjoy, what brings me joy, and that's what I want to share with you. So the thing that is going to be tough for me, like I'm not going to be getting into like the chipset, and I'm not going to be getting into the refresh rate or like any of that crazy stuff. Honestly, there's plenty of channels that do that. Guys like Retro Game Core, Tech Dweeb, super enjoyable to watch, and they handle all that stuff. So they're going to get into all that. For me, it really is going to be like, is this thing fun? Do I enjoy using it? That's going to be kind of the vibe. So if that's what you're into, that's going to be great. And thankfully, I've got guys over in the Discord like Knight, who just knows his stuff and can answer any questions I have and like walk me through things. And there's lots of tutorials and cool stuff out there. So pretty easy to jump in, as long as you've got like a basic understanding of like file structure and you're not afraid to kind of get in there and get your hands dirty, you'll be all right. So, all right, let's see. Let me get caught up with this chat and then we will get it going and we'll open this up. So Shelf said, how are you overcoming LLR, long list of ROMs? Okay, dude. I've tempered myself, and I've not gone and just like downloaded everything. And even with some of the like bigger ROM sets that there are, I've kind of steered clear and said there are particular things that I'm looking for, and then I'll kind of add those and curate those. I have it kind of backed up on a hard drive, and then I may add things or not, but I'm being careful not to go down that rabbit hole too hard. I'll tell you that right now. Marcone says, 10 years ago, ROMs and emulators bad. Today, games are so expensive. Time to get my pirate hat. Dude, yes. I understand, especially on this channel, like, when I go back and you watch the old episodes, I'm making all kinds of jokes and punches at emulation. And, you know, I think in the very first episode, I'm, like, playing an emulator. I'm like, oh, I think I'm getting emulation sickness or whatever. Yeah, I kind of feel like back in that day when the games were a little bit more affordable and it wasn't such a crazy scene with everybody doing it, that it was more approachable to buy and collect the physical media. And now, as I've gotten older, it's like, one, the passion for wanting to collect and hoard physical media is just not there anymore. And the idea of like preservation and access, I think, will never die for me. But the idea of like, does it have to be physical or can it be digital? I've shifted greatly on that. Part of that is the cost. Like, the cost is crazy nowadays. I just don't think it's realistic for everybody. And for me, it's even the argument that I've always made about resellers. For me, the argument has always been accessibility. I want as many people as possible to be able to enjoy these games and like have those experiences. When resellers are gouging prices or flipping things and continuing to raise the prices, we get to where we are now, where it's like the idea of physically collecting in some ways feels insurmountable and unsustainable. And so nowadays it's like, as much as maybe Rob from the beginning of, the beginning of the channel, like if I could sit down with younger Rob, he would probably be like, dude, emulation is bunk. And I'm sitting here going, hey, this is the way that a younger generation is. This is the way that an older generation can realistically relive and rediscover those things that brought them joy as a kid. And it's the way that a newer generation can actually have access to things, and that we can find that intersection point where we can connect over these things that brought us so much joy. So, yeah, I realize there's been a shift. Let's see. Oh, dude, yeah, the pick of the $10,000 3DS. Oh my gosh. Shelf asks, so if every game was 99 cents, would emulation be such a draw, or does making everything cheap as possible devalue the whole? I think it depends. I think it depends on why you're trying to acquire them. If you're a collector and their monetary value is your highest goal, then yeah, that's going to suck. Like if we baseline every game and said, hey, every single game is like 99 cents physical media, yeah, there's going to be collectors out there who value the monetary value of their collection as the highest commodity. So like that's going to be tough for them. That sucks. But for me, like there's no like draw or value in owning something that's rare and therefore valuable. And I think that was clear like back in the old episodes of Retro Hunters, like when we found a physical copy of Contraforce, and I think the guy wanted $12 for it, and I didn't get it. And I got crap for days, probably still to this day, in the comments, because they're like, that thing's rare, how could you not get it? Because it's a bad game. Like, it's not fun. I have no connection with it. I never played it as a kid. And so the prospect of owning it because it's valuable, nah, man, that's never resonated with me, and I don't think it ever will. That's just not my vibe. And so, yeah, if accessibility is your highest value, then when you pitch something like 99 cents for every single game, I'm down, dude. I'm down to still pay a reasonable price. And 99 cents per game, not reasonable. Too low. I get that. You know what I mean? Like, what some games cost now, like a $10,000 3DS, unreasonable. A 99 cent 3DS, I can also live objectively in the middle somewhere and say that's also unreasonable. That, like, accessibility isn't based on that it needs to be that cheap, but I think there's a spectrum there that we can figure out. And so, yeah, I don't know. That's just me. Okay, so yeah, something happened with the shipping of this. You can tell that like it kind of got smushed, which that kind of sucks. I wish the box, like, not that I'm like a big like hold on to the box guy, but that doesn't bode well when you see it all bent like that. Oh my gosh. And you know what? I don't have like a top down camera. At some point, maybe I'll set that up. So we're going to do this like, it's going to be wonky, but we're going to figure it out. You know what I mean? Let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Marcone says you're looking it up. That 3DS is only $300. I don't think the pick is real. That does seem a little excessive. I'm not going to lie. It's like the $1 million Super Mario. All right, top coming off. Here we go. Wait. Okay. I could be wrong. I mean, I ordered a white one. It's probably tucked in there behind this guy. But like initially I'm seeing that little bezel over there on the side and I'm like, did they send me a black one? I don't know. Let's find out, dude. $1 million moment. I'll tell you what. I had to go with the white one just because, like, white finishes on things, I just think are so crispy. Ooh, so nice. Like, that's why I have the white headphones, all that good stuff. All right, here, we'll pull this off and see what we get. Oh, it's going to be. Okay, it's going to be white. It's just the cover. This is nice. It's like a black envelope with, like, a hologram thing on it. This is probably, we'll get to this. Maybe this is like instructions, warranty information, something like that. I don't know. We'll see. All right. This is how the same thing with my when I got the 35, the RG35, is that it kind of came inset in here, and then it had like this cover that went over it that you had to take off that kind of protected the controls. Especially with this one, I think the screen is probably going to need it. So, all right, what do we got here? I think this is our power cable is usually in there, so we'll open that up in a minute. Let's freaking get to the minute. Okay, it's gonna be so crispy. Here we go. Ooh! Ooh! And this is like a nice little, thick little foam pad. That's nice. Okay. It's looking good. I'll tell you, I'm not big on screen protectors on technology. This one has a nice, definitely has a nice bigger screen. I think that's one of the things in the reviews that we're seeing is the screen is supposed to be amazing. And I think it comes with a screen protector, but I don't like it. I'm not a big fan, but we'll see. All right. The other thing that I'm hearing is that this guy is a chonky boy. All right. Oh, it's hefty too. Oh my gosh. All right. And I think that's it for the box. So let's just ditch that for a second. Oh man. That's a chunky boy. Between the holy cow. Okay, the weight difference between these two is very noticeable. Very noticeable. Okay. All right, so we got memory card. What is it? The disc, the whatever you call it. Memory disc. Why can't I think of what it's called? SD card. There it is. SD card slot right there. We've got headphone. We've got the USB-C, which is also... So USB-C for... Thank you, by the way, Marcone, for putting SD card in the chat. Oh, you're a good friend. Savior. USB-C, which is charging and is HDMI out, but you can't do both, apparently. There's that. We got power and volume right there on that side. And then you got your L1, L2, all that stuff up there. Got our little design on the back that also, this is going to be, our intake and our outtake on the fan, maybe. I think it's something like that. All right. Let's see. Shelf says, why'd you choose this version? Don't these come in various form factors with the same chips? Yes. So for me, I think what it really was with this guy is, and I think it's probably going to be similar for a lot of people who decide to go with this, especially after the reviews. There is something nostalgic about the form factor. And I think when I was in my early 20s, I had one of those phones. Oh man, what was it called? Here, let's see. It was a Samsung slide phone of some kind. Let's see here. Where's he at? It kind of looked like one of these. Let's see. It kind of looked like one of these guys, but it had it wasn't as rounded. It was a little more blocky. I don't see it on here. And it may not have been a Samsung. I thought it was a Samsung. But I think there is something about this form factor for people that is a little nostalgic. It is gimmicky. I think that's a thing. It is definitely gimmicky. It may not even be the most realistic and ergonomic and all of that, but there's just something about the form factor that is a little bit nostalgic. Now, I know for some people, it's going to be things like the PSP and the PSP Go. I never had a PSP at all, so I don't have that vibe going at all. It's interesting to be able to kind of visit that library of games and check some stuff out because I've never got to play it. But I know that there is definitely a draw for those people as well. So, Shelf says I had the slide phone that was made out of corn. What? Okay, hang on a second. Slide phone made out of corn. Is this real? What? Okay, hang on a second. Here we go. A review of the Samsung Reclaim free smartphone made from corn. Is this what you're talking about? What? Says the Reclaim, sold through Sprint in the United States, looks sleek and feels great in the hand. Nothing about the build or texture of the phone feels recycled. Underneath its bio-plastic exterior, has some technological game, blah, blah, blah. But what we love most, full slide QWERTY keyboard. Now the green part. The Reclaim is not made entirely from corn. It is constructed 40% from corn-based bioplastics and another 40% from recyclable material. Remaining 20% plutonium. Oh, God. Wow. That's crazy. Dude, he had the corn phone. I love that. And then, Mark Hunt, you're saying the Kyocera XTC? That sounds familiar. Oh, yeah, dude. Look at that. That looks similar to the one I had. It definitely wasn't a Kyocera. I think it was a Samsung, but I can't remember for sure. Oh, you know what? It might have been a Motorola. Hang on a second. I think it was called the Motorola Rival. Is that what it was? Yes, this is it. Oh my gosh, this is the one. Okay, so I had this one with like the red and silver, okay? And then my wife had this one that was the purple and the silver and the black. Yeah, dude, this phone was sick. I loved it so much. Not at all like practical for nowadays, but it was pretty sweet. The audio quality on the XSC beats the hell out of my current phone. It was amazing. Dang. Did it say? I feel like it said that it was, by Virgin Mobile. So I wonder if they had like some connection to, making sure that the audio was really good. I love that. All right, let's what everybody came for. Let's slide this bad boy for the first time and see how it feels. Ooh. Dude, that's nice. Okay. I dig it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's what I'll say. Let me just experience this a little bit. The controls feel good, okay? They feel very similar to my RG35. The D-pad is great. The buttons feel good. The interesting thing about the sticks, everybody's talking about how the sticks are kind of smaller. I think you can probably see that on the two. Like, they're just a little bit smaller, and they don't pop out. Like, as you can see on the 35, these guys pop out just a little bit, where these guys obviously are going to be flush, so that they can slide in. But here's what I'll say. A lot of people in the reviews have talked about the weight and the weight distribution, and how when you open it, it feels like it's really top heavy, so it almost wants to do this. I'm not feeling that so much. Not in a way that feels like, I don't know, not in a way that feels excessive, I guess. That's really interesting. That's been like a big point of contention for people, is like talking about how top heavy it is when you open it. It's definitely kind of top heavy, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it as like, oh man, that's really tough. It is, I mean, it's noticeably heavier than this guy though. So, all right, let's see if we can fire this thing up and see what it does. I don't know how charged the battery is. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Marcone says it slides 2 ways, by the way, up and down for the number pad and sideways for the full keyboard. Oh, is that on the XQC? Or XTC? XQC, something different. Shelf saying maybe the speaker was larger. Yeah. That's interesting. That would be an interesting thing to go back and kind of test out some of those old phones and stuff. All right, so what does this say here? Just click on the bottom button to select your language. We're going to go with English. Oh, do I have to hit next? English. There you go. Oh, and then we'll do this, Wi-Fi settings. I guess I can do that. Kick that on real quick. I'm not going to show you my network password, okay? Don't even ask. I will say one of the things that I'm already loving about this, and that I've got to kind of dabble with, I don't have it right here. My brother-in-law has the RG 405M, and he sent it with me to kind of get a few things set up on it. And being able to kind of bang around in the Android ecosystem has been really interesting. That's not necessarily something that I have a lot of experience with. So what I did here is I connected it to the Wi-Fi. I set the language, and then it asked me to like set the time, the date and the time. So, and then now it looks like it says system's loading the configuration files. Don't reboot, don't shut down. So yeah, it's been really cool to kind of bang around in the 405M for a few different reasons. One, kind of messing with the Android ecosystem is not something that I've really ever done. I've always been an Apple guy when it comes to phones, smartphones. And so having to kind of set up RetroArch and Emulation Station and like download other emulators that can run certain systems and stuff has been really interesting to try to figure out how to like point stuff in the right direction. So I feel like I'm better equipped to get this guy set up relatively quickly because of that, which is really cool. So let's see. The password is password123 and admin as the user. Dang it. Now I got to change everything. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. I will say, so one of the things I'm really excited about with this guy is PS2 and GameCube. I feel like the GameCube library was one that I really didn't get to play a lot of. I know there's some great Star Wars games on there that I like got to dabble in a little bit. And then what's the scary one? Is it Eternal Darkness? Is that the one I'm thinking of? It's like a horror game. I played a little bit of that and found that kind of compelling. So I'm gonna let that keep doing its thing and not hold up that brick. So that's gonna be, I think that's gonna be really cool. We'll kind of check that out. So then we had this guy. I'm assuming this is probably the USB-C power cable. Open this up and see what we got. Ooh, it's really packed in there. Ooh. Okay, we got a couple things. We do have the USB-C power cable. That'll be great. But then, this is really interesting. They included some extra joystick toppers. So if you want to change the color or maybe even... Oh yeah, those are just like covers that'll go on. They have a little bit more of like a texture on them. So there's that. That's kind of cool. Oh, here we go. It says finish. Go in system. And there it is. Oh, baby. Everything's liquid. Let's go. All right. So then, yeah, we obviously have the Android front end. Bunch of stuff on there. Wow. Okay. Lots of lots of emulators pre-installed, including things like Dolphin and stuff like that. We got RetroArch, and I mean, look at like basically everything on this front page right there are all different emulators. And then you got RetroArch, and then you have the AI, the Anbernic AI that they included. I might have to dive into that at some point and see what that's all about. We've also got Moonlight on there, so I think we can do some like PC streaming and stuff like that. Man, oh, and an FM radio transmitter, standard. I don't think it comes loaded with any. I don't think it comes loaded with any ROMs. Yeah, I don't think so. So I don't know that we're going to be able to like launch anything. Oh, it's got like 2048, but we don't need that. We don't want to get that out of here. Get that mess out of here. We don't want any notifications. Here we go. So yeah, I'll have to get some stuff loaded up on this. I'll give it a shot. Let's see. Oh, and I love that. Oh, do you have to? Maybe it's a setting you have to do. I was gonna say everything I've seen is like you just when you close it, it's supposed to just shut right off. But I'll have to see what the setting is for that. I don't know which one it is. Now what do we got here? That's... Oh my gosh. I will say the slide on that is... The slide on that is crazy. Like when you're sliding it down, if you don't guide it down, it's like a lot. Well, there you go. Oh man, super excited for that. I'll get some stuff kind of loaded up on it and we'll see how it runs very soon. Let's see. And then we'll open this up in a minute. Okay, let's see. Marcone says, by the way, how's N64 emulation on yours? My knockoff is terrible for most of them. Shelf says, I thought they were doing PS3 emulation on these. I thought the problems with N64 emulators have been resolved by now. Marcone, I got a knockoff from Temu. It's underpowered. Yes. Okay, so here's something that's interesting. Let's do a couple of comparisons here. I think it has a lot to do with some settings. Let me see here. Where's Delta? Here we go. All right, so here's what's interesting about Delta. Let's load up Rogue Squadron. Here, I'll show you this. I think it has to do with some settings issues and having to kind of tweak those just right. The interesting thing about N64 emulation on Delta is it looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see, you can't really see the detail of it. But what I can tell you, if it'll autofocus, I don't know if it'll autofocus. Maybe if I put it in front of my face. There we go, it's trying. It looks pretty good. And everything is really playable on the Delta emulator. Okay, so you can kind of see everything is like pretty sharp. We're not having graphical issues and all kinds of crazy stuff. Like it's looking pretty good, okay? So the interesting thing about my guy here, I'm going to load up the exact same game, Rogue Squadron. I'll show you what it does. See if it'll load or if it'll focus. Focus, baby. You can already see slightly there if it'll lock in. It's missing, like the text there was missing letters. Come on, baby, focus. Like the N64 logo's cut off. Like there's stuff that's just missing. Like there's just supposed to be like ships flying and doing all kinds of stuff, and it's just not there. And so I think it's going to vary for device to device based on chipset and all that kind of stuff. And it's surprising to me that N64 is like a little bit more, it feels like N64 is harder for them to emulate than something like PlayStation, which in my head, N64, I guess they were contemporaries, but like, I guess with like the disc-based system, it felt like PlayStation was more advanced than, but yeah, I mean, you can see like the menu there. I know it's not focused, but like the menu is completely cut off. There's just things that are missing from the emulation. And so I think it's probably a mix of a couple of things. I think it's one, is the chipset good enough to manage it? And then two, there's going to be specific settings within the emulators and shaders and different things you're going to have to mess with. Stuff that I'm still very much new to and kind of dabbling in. And so I'm not an expert on that, but it really is kind of just getting in there and banging around and seeing what you can figure out, I think is part of it. So, all right, my dudes. Well, let's open up this freaking envelope and see what we got in here. Okay, yeah, so we got a couple of things here. You got your like wet and dry wipe that they give you so that you can put on your screen protector, which I'm assuming, yeah, that's what's in here. I don't know that I'm going to use that, but I guess we'll see. And then they always have this little instruction booklet, all that good stuff in there that'll walk you through how to do everything. So that'll be great. Yeah, pretty sweet. Marcone says, I don't even have Rogue Squadron on mine. Yeah, I don't have a lot of N64 games on my RG35. I'm trying to figure that out. Some of them run really well. Like I think Mario 64 is great. What else do I have on there? Hexen is on there. That one does okay. I haven't launched Ocarina of Time. I've got that on there too, so I gotta maybe check that out and see. But I think I'm kind of hoping that this big chonky boy can handle more of those heavy lifting situations, but we'll see how it does. All right, my dudes. I know we're a little bit early on time, but with summer, my schedule is always a little bit wonky, and I do have some stuff that I got to run and do, unfortunately. So, all that to say, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for checking this out. Make sure you give a thumbs up if you can to the stream. I really appreciate that. Game of the Month Club is up and going. We're starting today. I think the poll is closing in just like an hour or two. And so let me see how much time we got left on that. Literally 3 hours left. And we're still looking at Link's Awakening and Quackshot. So make sure you come join up for that. And then head over to the Game of the Month Club channel. Make sure you have all your notifications turned on there. And then that's a great place to be posting pictures, videos, tips. If you run into some issues, like with Star Tropics, ran into some issues, post stuff in there. We can help each other. It's going to be really great. Be super cool. So, all right, my dudes. Thanks for being here. Hope you have a great Tuesday. New videos coming soon. Just had to get over a couple of humps, if you know what I mean. Big shout out to my Patreon supporters, Owen Toast and JB Doll, holding it down. Thank you guys for your support. If that's something you're interested in, Patreon link is also down in the chat, or down in the description below. And if you're looking to pick up an Anbernic device, the summer sale is still going for a couple more weeks, and I can hook you up with an affiliate link that'll give a little kickback to the channel. You don't pay anything extra, and a sports channel. It's really cool. Civalian. Rob is rad. Why, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. You're rad, too. Man, you know it's rad. Oh, baby. I'm going to go have some fun with this, I'll tell you what. All right, guys. Have a great day. Stay cool. And, you know, never trust a reseller. Okay, see ya.